need to stop popping up. Like,
do you know me?
No, I don't know you, and I don't want to know you. I don't know you.
She doing too much, dude.
You don't want to know you.
You don't care, bitch.
So everybody, this is Jasmine.
That's Rashida's job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Job.
Hey, Jasmine, how you doing?
Me and Tiara cool. I ain't gonna lie. I invited her, but I ain't know Tiara was gonna bring Jazz. Why Jasmine gotta use my party to pop up? Damn, I'm feeling like this is deja vu.
You don't know me?
Do I? Bro, I'm out of here, bro.
I already knew you was gonna do that.
Yo,
Who else coming in here next? Is KD finna walk in this mother, man?
Everybody sees
Standoffish. Nobody wants to talk about it.
I'm feeling the vibe.
I'm not going to play that. So I'm not going to stand here and act like it's okay. I don't think it's okay.
I came here to talk to Rashida woman to woman so that my son's father finally step up and be a part of his life. But she's nowhere to be found. And as usual, her friends want to attack me.
I don't think either one of us knew that Kirk was going to be here.
Kirk and Jack are friends, so obviously you know Kirk is going to be here. And what if Rashida is here?
Obviously, we didn't, though.
You just need to stop popping up. Like,
do you know me?
No, I don't know you, and I don't want to know you. I don't know you.
She doing too much, dude. You
don't want to know you.
You don't care, bitch.
Oh, you that car, bitch.
Hey, time out, listen. I done came about this salon up in the car counter with these white folks, and y'all ain't about to do this. They out here ready for this. I ain't want none of y'all to go to jail tonight, all right?
I don't have nothing to say to Jasmine. I've been sending my child support checks, so I don't know why she felt the need to pop up here, and I'm not sticking around to find out. I just got back in the house. I'm not trying to do anything to mess that up.
Tia, bringing Jasmine into the fold right now, everybody feels some type of way.
But why would you have a problem with me, but you don't have a problem with him?
I'm just ready to go.
Kirk was like Houdini. He ain't just ducking raw. He out here ducking raw too. Got the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody see him. But I don't blame Kirk though. He felt the heat. I felt the heat. Nobody wanted none of that spice that was going on.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to mess up your grand opening. I apologize. Thank you for the invite.
I just wanted to be cool. I promise you.
All right. Bye, y'all. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Bye, bitch.
Atlanta has seen some wild nights, but nothing, absolutely nothing prepared fans for what went down at Spice's latest performance. Imagine a packed venue, lights flashing, the bass pounding, fans screaming every lyric. When suddenly, the music cuts, the crowd gasps, and chaos erupts center stage. Word is, Spice didn't just stop the show. She turned it into a battlefield. According to fan footage already going viral, Spice allegedly jumped Jasmine right there in front of everybody. Yes, you heard that right. A full-blown physical altercation in the middle of the concert while cameras and phones caught every single angle. Fans say it started with Jasmine heckling from the front row. Others claim it was years of behind-the-scenes beef finally exploding. But one thing is clear. This wasn't just shade. This was war. And now, the entire Love and Hip Hop cast is scrambling to pick sides. Social media is burning with hashtags. And VH1 insiders are leaking receipts that could change the entire storyline. Atlanta. Nightlife is no stranger to chaos. But what went down at Spice's latest show will go down as one of the wildest, most shocking moments in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta history. Fans came expecting to whine, dance, and sing along to the Queen of Dancehall's greatest hits. Instead, they left with their jaws on the floor, their phones full of viral clips, and their social media timelines burning with hashtags that no one saw coming. It all started like a normal Spice concert. The venue was packed wall to wall, lights bouncing in neon blue. The bass pounding through the speakers, and Spice owning the stage the way only she can. But in the VIP section, Jasmine Ellis was spotted looking a little too comfortable, sipping champagne with a smirk on her face. Fans whispered that she'd been throwing shade online about Spice for weeks, saying Spice was too old to be acting like a teenager on stage and desperate for reality TV clout. And when Jasmine showed up at Spice's concert, people already knew drama was brewing, but nobody expected the eruption. About halfway through the show, Spice cut the music and pointed straight into the crowd. "Y'all know I don't play with disrespect," she shouted. And before anyone could even process it, she jumped down off the stage, security scrambling behind her, and stormed straight toward Jasmine's section. Fans started screaming. Phones flew up into the air, and within seconds, Spice and Jasmine were locked in a physical altercation right there in front of everybody. Twitter exploded. Clips flooded. TikTok. People couldn't believe Spice had just jumped Jasmine during her own concert. This ain't lovin' hip-hop. One fan tweeted, "This is WWA." Another posted a shaky video with the caption, "Spice really left the mic on stage to fight Jasmine. #LHHATL. But insiders say this wasn't just about some petty insults. According to someone close to Spice's camp, Jasmine has been running her mouth about Spice behind the scenes for years, allegedly trying to angle herself into more screen time by targeting the biggest names. Spice warned her before, the insider claimed. But Jasmine thought it was all for TV. She didn't realize Spice don't play games off camera. As Spice was pulled away by security, Jasmine screamed at the top of her lungs, "You just proved me right. You're insecure, Spice. You're done." The crowd booed, fans were divided, and the internet lit up with hot takes. The shade didn't stop there. Just hours later, Rashida jumped on Instagram Live with a cryptic message. "See, this is why you can't bring certain energy around real bosses. Some people live for chaos, but me, I'm living for my peace." Many took that as her weighing in on the fight, without directly naming names, and the Masinzas kept spiraling. Kirk was spotted in the background of Rashida's live, shaking his head and mumbling something fans swore sounded like, "Spice just ruined her bag." Within minutes, #SpiceVsJasmine was trending across multiple platforms. Blogs plastered screenshots, fans picked sides, and Yandi even jumped in the comment section of the Shade Room, writing, "That could have been handled way different SMH." But the biggest twist? VH1 cameras were allegedly rolling that night, meaning this wasn't just a random concert brawl. It might end up being the most explosive moment of the next Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season. One producer even leaked a DM hinting, "This fight just rewrote the whole storyline. Y'all ain't ready." So the question is, was this real beef exploding in public or a carefully staged setup to boost ratings? Fans are divided. Swear Spice would never risk her brand like that for clout. Others argue everything in this franchise is calculated drama. But one thing's for sure. Spice jumping Jasmine didn't just shake the concert, just shook the entire Love and Hip Hop world. And as receipts, reactions, and leaks keep surfacing, the mess is only just beginning. The dust from Spice's explosive concert brawl hadn't even settled before Jasmine began plotting her revenge. For years, she's been labeled the outsider in the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta circle, the one constantly battling for relevance against bigger names like Rashida, Yandi, and Spice herself. But after being jumped in front of hundreds of fans, Jasmine wasn't about to let herself be humiliated without clapping back, and oh, she clapped back. Within hours of the incident, Jasmine went live on Instagram. Her face still bore the tension from the fight, her voice trembling between anger and determination. "Y'all saw what happened," she began, staring straight into the camera. "Spice want to act tough in front of her fans, but she didn't touch me without security holding her back. That's the real tea. She's insecure, pressed, and mad because I speak the truth." The comments poured in. "Girl, she dragged you. Stop lying, the footage don't match. Sis, we saw you duck." But then Jasmine dropped the real bombshell. "Y'all think Spice is untouchable, but I got receipts. Real receipts. She ain't who she claims to be. And if she'll keep playing with me, I'll put it all out there." That line sent fans into meltdown. What receipts could Jasmine possibly have on Spice? Was she bluffing? Or did she actually have dirt that could shake Spice's empire? Twitter lit up with theories, everything from Spice's rumored fallout with producers to whispers about backstage diva behavior, to alleged secret. Beef with RASHEEDA. And speaking of Rashida, she entered the chat in a way nobody expected. Just as Jasmine's live ended, the Shade Room posted a grainy DM screenshot that looked like it came straight from Rashida. The message, allegedly directed at Yandy, read, See, this is why we don't mess with Jasmine. But Spice better watch her bag too, cause VH1 don't like no lawsuits. The internet went insane. Fans immediately started tagging Rashida, demanding answers. Was she siding with Spice? Was she warning Yandy to distance herself? Or was she subtly shading both Spice and Jasmine at the same time? Either way, her involvement dragged even more cast members into the mess. Meanwhile, Jasmine doubled down. The next day, she posted a blurry screenshot of a text conversation with an unnamed big star who appeared to be warning her about Spice. The message read, she's done this before. She's scared you're gonna take her spot? Don't let her silence you. Jasmine captioned it. Told y'all, I don't lie. The industry knows. Fans began speculating who the mysterious big star was. Some swore it was Carly Red, always lurking with chaos. Others believed it was Yandy, who had already publicly shaded the concert fight. Regardless, the screenshot fueled the fire. And Jasmine suddenly went from victim to potential whistleblower. The blogs went into overdrive. Gossip sites plastered side-by-side shots of Spice lunging off stage and Jasmine smirking during her live. Who's winning the war? One headline read, YouTube commentary channels dropped hour-long breakdowns of the footage, slowed down frame by frame to catch every detail of the brawl. And then came the twist nobody expected. VH1. Insiders leaked word that producers were considering turning the Spice Jasmine altercation into the centerpiece storyline for the next season. The leak suggested that contracts might even be renegotiated. Spice's for her outburst and Jasmine's for suddenly becoming the most talked about cast member in weeks. They're loving this. An anonymous insider claimed, drama like this equals ratings. But the network also knows lawsuits could be coming if Jasmine pushes the assault angle. It's messy behind the scenes. And just as fans thought, the drama couldn't escalate further. Yandy finally broke her silence. She posted a long, cryptic caption over a picture of herself at the gym. Some women use their bodies, some use their voices, and some just use violence. But at the end of the day, class always wins. Instantly, followers flooded her comments. Is this about Spice? Not you shading Jasmine to Yandy, messy to, oh my god. Now, the lines were blurred. Was Yandy standing with Jasmine? Was she calling out Spice? Or was she throwing shade at both of them while promoting her own brand of class? Whatever the intention, her comment only poured more fuel on the fire, setting the stage for an allowed war among the women of LHHATL. And through it all, Spice stayed silent. No tweets, no lives, no shade thrown. Just silence on unusual move. For someone known to address drama head-on, fans started wondering, was Spice laying low on legal advice? Was she plotting her comeback clapback? Or was she simply letting Jasmine dig her own grave with messy receipts? One thing was clear. This was no longer just about a fight at a concert. This was about reputations, alliances, and survival in the cutthroat world of love and hip-hop Atlanta. And as the blogs promised, more leaks and behind-the-scenes footage, everyone knew this saga was only getting hotter. The Spice versus Jasmine war was already the talk of Atlanta. But part 3 of this saga? That's when it went nuclear. What began as a concert brawl quickly mutated into a full-fledged receipt war that dragged half the Love and Hip Hop cast into the line of fire. Jasmine, still burning with embarrassment, promised her followers she had proof Spice wasn't the queen she pretended to be. And she delivered, or at least she tried to, in the dead of night. Jasmine dropped what she called Exhibit A, A series of screenshots supposedly showing Spice trashing Rashida and Carly, read in a private group chat. The messages were mesa lines like Rashida need to focus on Kirk before worrying about me and Carly, still mad because I shut her down in Jamaica. But fans were quick to notice the receipts looked edited. Cropped usernames, mismatched timestamps. The internet instantly split in half. Was Jasmine exposing real dirt or fabricating chaos to save face? Rashida wasted no time responding. She jumped on Instagram stories with her signature frosty tone. What y'all not gonna do is drag me into fake news. Anybody can make a fake screenshot. Stop playing with my name. She didn't stop there. Later that evening, she appeared at Frost Bistro with Kirk, sipping wine and looking unbothered. But fans weren't convinced. Why defend Spice if she really said those things? One Twitter user posted, Rashida, moving like she guilty. Carly read, never one to miss the spotlight, threw gasoline on the fire. She reposted one of Jasmine's receipts with the caption, sounds about right. That one move shifted the energy entirely. Fans began theorizing Carly was secretly backing Jasmine to dethrone Spice, all while Rashida scrambled to control the narrative. Suddenly, what was supposed to be a Jasmine versus Spice beef had cracked open years of hidden rivalries. Meanwhile, Yandi entered the fray once again. On her podcast, she made a thinly veiled comment, sometimes the loudest. One in the room is the weakest. If you gotta put your hands on someone to prove a point, you already lost. Blogs immediately picked it up as a direct jab at Spice. Within minutes, Spice's fan base swarmed Yandi's page, defending their queen and demanding receipts of her own. Through all this chaos, Spice stayed eerily silent. No clapbacks, no subtweets, no Instagram rants. That silence made the speculation louder. Rumors swirled that VH1 executives had told her to stay quiet for legal reasons, especially since Jasmine's camp was allegedly considering pressing charges for assault. Other whispers suggested Spice was planning a calculated comeback, something bigger than an IG Live meltdown. Fans began asking, was she about to drop music addressing the fight? Or worse, was she ready to air Jasmine's deepest secrets in retaliation? And then came the leak that broke the internet. A shady blog posted what they claimed was actual production footage from the night of the concert. Unlike the fan clips, this angle showed Spice confronting Jasmine in the front row, visibly yelling, "Keep my name out your mouth or I'll shut you up myself." Moments later, she lunged. The clip spread like wildfire, racking up millions of views in hours. Suddenly, Spice's silence felt less like strategy and more like survival. Fans went into overdrive. This not love and hip-hop anymore. This is real-life beef, one wrote. Others defended Spice, saying Jasmine provoked her for clout. But the industry insiders had their own theory, that this fight wasn't spontaneous at all. Some swore it was staged, engineered by producers to shake up lagging ratings. Others argued Spice went rogue, breaking script in a way that could cost her contract. And Jasmine? She wasn't done. She teased Exhibit B on her Instagram with a caption, "This one will end her career." Rumors flew that it involved financial scandals, secret relationships, and even unedited audio of Spice-bashing castmates. But before Jasmine could drop it, Spice's lawyers allegedly sent a cease and desist. Now the internet is on edge. Will Jasmine risk it all and release the supposed evidence, or will she fold under legal pressure? Either way, the battle lines are drawn. Carly seems to be inching toward Team Jasmine. Rashida is clinging to her alliance with Spice, and Yandi is playing the neutral but shady commentator. Fans are more divided than ever, and the VH1 cameras? They're eating every second of it. And if you thought the fight itself was the climax, you're wrong. The real war is just getting the fallout from the Spice versus Jasmine explosion spread like wildfire through Atlanta. And suddenly, this wasn't just a love and hip-hop storyline, was a citywide scandal. Clubs, blogs, DJs, and even longtime industry Veterans started picking sides, and the tension seeped into every corner of the nightlife scene. What had started as a shocking fight on stage was now reshaping reputations, alliances, and even business deals. Jasmine thought she was winning the sympathy vote after teasing her so-called receipts. But reality hit hard. Word on the street was that several popular Atlanta club spaces where Jasmine usually popped up to boost her relevance quietly began banning her. According to promoters, Jasmine had become too hot to book. "We can't risk a Spice situation," one insider claimed. The moment Jasmine walks in, the drama follows. Screenshots of text messages between club owners began circulating, with one particularly brutal line: "We want the show, not the circus. Keep Jasmine out." That news lit social media ablaze. Fans debated whether Jasmine was being blackballed by Spice's influence or whether she'd finally crossed too many lines. Twitter threads exploded with hashtags like #JusticeForJasmine and #Spice Shut It Down, each side battling to control the narrative. On TikTok, users stitched clips of the fight with Jasmine's lives, mocking her claims of being the victim. One viral post showed Jasmine yelling into her phone alongside the caption, "When you think you're the main character, but you're just filler?" But the real chaos erupted when Kirk Frost's name unexpectedly got dragged into the mess. At first, he had nothing to do with the concert drama, but a random blog decided to stir the pot by posting an old clip of Jasmine crying about her past entanglements with Kirk. The caption, "Seems like Spice just defended Rashida's marriage." In her own way, fans jumped on it instantly. So this is still about Kirk. Spice came for Jasmine because she's messy about Rashida. Make it make sense. Within hours, Kirk was trending not for cheating scandals this time, but for allegedly being the underlying reason Spice went off on Jasmine in the first place. Even though there was zero proof, the narrative spread so fast that Rashida had to step in again. She posted a furious story. "Y'all not about to rewrite history. My marriage is not y'all's storyline. Kirk has nothing to do with this. Period." But the damage was already done. Blogs used Rashida's denial as proof there was smoke. And when Spice's old interview resurfaced, where she once said, "I don't like women who build their whole name off another woman's man," fans immediately linked the dots back to Jasmine and Kirk. Suddenly, Spice's attack wasn't about petty shade at a concert anymore. It was being painted as Rashida's war fought by proxy. Meanwhile, Spice's fanbase took things to another level. Her supporters, dubbed the Blue Queens, online started a coordinated campaign flooding Jasmine's comments with blue heart emojis and clown emojis. Jasmine couldn't post a single picture without her comments turning into a battlefield. At one point, she tried to clap back with, "Y'all worship a woman who can't even keep her wigs on straight." That line alone got her ratioed so badly that memes about Wiggate trended for hours. Behind the scenes, VH1 cameras were rolling like never before. Rumors swirled that producers were considering spinning off this mess into its own special. We're sitting on the hottest footage since Joe's Line's reunion fight, one alleged crew member leaked. This could carry a whole season. Fans salivated at the thought of a reunion where Spice and Jasmine would be forced to sit in the same room. Memes popped up imagining Spice leaping across couches while security scrambled. And then, as if the drama wasn't messy enough, Carly Red made another sly move. She was spotted partying with Jasmine at a small lounge, days after reposting the receipts against Spice. Videos showed Carly laughing and whispering in Jasmine's ear while the DJ shouted, "We got the troublemakers in the building." Tonight, fans immediately screamed betrayal. Carly switched sides again. She'll do anything for relevance. Spice better watch her back. Yandi, never far from the chaos, tried to insert herself again. On IG Live, she said, "Sometimes you don't pick sides because both sides wrong." But fans didn't buy her neutrality. Comments flooded in. Nah, sis, you just scared Spice gon' drag you too. Yandi wanna play wise auntie, but she'll messy AF. By now, the story wasn't just about Spice and Jasmine. It had grown into an ecosystem of betrayal, blurred loyalties, and calculated publicity stunts. Jasmine, though bruised by bans and backlash, wasn't giving up. She posted a cryptic note. Exhibit B coming soon. Y'all really think she's untouchable? Watch me. Spice still hadn't said a word, but her silence only made the anticipation worse. Fans began saying the quieter she gets, the louder her clapback gonna be. And as for Kirk and Rashida, they were now uncomfortably tied to a war they hadn't even started. The whispers of Kirk being the root cause refused to die down. And Rashida's attempts to shield her marriage only made fans dig deeper. What would happen if Jasmine's Exhibit B wasn't about Spice at all but about Kirk? The tension was sky high. And while everyone scrambled to get ahead of the narrative, VH1 executives were smiling in the background. Ratings gold was brewing right before their eyes. Started. The fallout from the Spice V's Jasmine explosion spread like wildfire through Atlanta. And suddenly, this wasn't just a love and hip-hop storyline, was a citywide scandal. Clubs, blogs, DJs, and even longtime industry veterans started picking sides. And the tension seeped into every corner of the nightlife scene. What had started as a shocking fight on stage was now reshaping reputations, alliances, and even business deals. Jasmine thought she was winning the sympathy vote after teasing her so-called receipts, but reality hit hard. Word on the street was that several popular Atlanta club spaces where Jasmine usually popped up to boost her relevance quietly began banning her. According to promoters, Jasmine had become too hot to book. Can't risk a Spice situation, one insider claimed. The moment Jasmine walks in, the drama follows. Screenshots of text messages between club owners began circulating, with one particularly brutal line: "We want the show, not the circus. Keep Jasmine out." That news lit social media ablaze. Fans debated whether Jasmine was being blackballed by Spice's influence or whether she'd finally crossed too many lines. Twitter threads exploded with hashtags like #JusticeForJasmine and #SpiceShutItDown, each side battling to control the narrative. On TikTok, users stitched clips of the fight with Jasmine's lives, mocking her claims of being the victim. One viral post showed Jasmine yelling into her phone alongside the caption, "When you think you're the main character, but you're just filler." But the real chaos erupted when Kirk Frost's name unexpectedly got dragged into the mess. At first, he had nothing to do with the concert drama, but a random blog decided to stir the pot by posting an old clip of Jasmine crying about her past entanglements with Kirk. The caption, "Seems like Spice just defended Rashida's marriage." In her own way, fans jumped on it instantly. This is still about Kirk. Spice came for Jasmine cause she messy about Rashida. Make it make sense. Within hours, Kirk was trending not for cheating scandals this time, but for allegedly being the underlying reason Spice went off on Jasmine in the first place. Even though there was zero proof, the narrative spread so fast that Rashida had to step in again. She posted a furious story. "Y'all not about to rewrite history. My marriage is not y'all's storyline. Kirk has nothing to do with this. Period." But the damage was already done. Blogs used Rashida's denial as proof there was smoke. And when Spice's old interview resurfaced where she once said, "I don't like women who build their whole name off another woman's man," fans immediately linked the dots back to Jasmine and Kirk. Suddenly, Spice's attack wasn't about petty shade at a concert which was being painted as Rashida's war fought by proxy. Meanwhile, Spice's fan base took things to another level. Her supporters, dubbed the Blue Queens, online started a coordinated campaign flooding Jasmine's comments with blue heart emojis and clown emojis. Jasmine couldn't post a single picture without her comments turning into a battlefield. At one point, she tried to clap back with, "Y'all worship." A woman who can't even keep her wigs on straight? That line alone got her ratioed so badly that memes about Wiggate trended for hours. Behind the scenes, VH1 cameras were rolling like never before. Rumors swirled that producers were considering spinning off this mess into its own special. We're sitting on the hottest footage since Joe's Line's reunion fight. One alleged crew member leaked. This could carry a whole season. Fans salivated at the thought of a reunion where Spice and Jasmine would be forced to sit in the same room. Memes popped up, imagining Spice leaping across couches while security scrambled. And then, as if the drama wasn't messy enough, Carly Red made another sly move. She was spotted partying with Jasmine at a small lounge, days after reposting the receipts against Spice. Video showed Carly laughing and whispering in Jasmine's ear while the DJ shouted, "We got the troublemakers in the building." Tonight, fans immediately screamed betrayal. Carly switched sides again. She'll do anything for relevance. Spice better watch her back. Yandy, never far from the chaos, tried to insert herself again. On IG Live, she said, "Sometimes you don't pick sides because both sides wrong." But fans didn't buy her neutrality. Comments flooded in. "Nah sis, you just scared Spice gon' drag you too. Yandy wanna play wise auntie, but she messy AF." By now, the story wasn't just about Spice and Jasmine. It had grown into an ecosystem of betrayal, blurred loyalties, and calculated publicity stunts. Jasmine, though bruised by bans and backlash, wasn't giving up. She posted a cryptic note. "Exhibit B coming soon. Y'all really think she's untouchable? Watch me." Spice still hadn't said a word, but her silence only made the anticipation worse. Fans began saying, "The quieter she gets, the louder her clapback gonna be." And as for Kirk and Rashida, they were now uncomfortably tied to a war they hadn't even started. The whispers of Kirk being the root cause refused to die down. And Rashida's attempts to shield her marriage only made fans dig deeper. What would happen if Jasmine's Exhibit B wasn't about Spice at all but about Kirk? The tension was sky high. And while everyone scrambled to get ahead of the narrative, VH1 executives were smiling in the background. Ratings gold was brewing right before their eyes. The city had been buzzing for days, waiting for Jasmine's so-called Exhibit B. And when she finally dropped it, the entire Love and Hip Hop Atlanta universe flipped upside down. Fans expected messy texts or shady videos. What Jasmine released instead was something far darker. A leaked voice recording that she claimed came straight from a backstage meeting between Spice and a VH1 producer. The audio, muffled but clear enough, featured a woman's voice that sounded eerily like Spice saying, "If I see Jasmine on my stage, I'm snatching her up. I don't care if the cameras roll, I'll do it. She don't belong here." Gasps spread across social media as fans replayed the clip thousands of times. "That's Spice's accent. That's her." One comment read, "Others weren't convinced. Could be AI, could be fake." Jasmine messy enough to pull anything, but the damage was already done. Blogs plastered headlines like "Spice caught on tape threatening Jasmine before concert brawl and receipts or fraud." Jasmine turns the heat all the way up. Suddenly, the fight no longer looked spontaneous. It looked premeditated. Rashida was quick to jump in, trying to defend her friend. On IG Live, she said, "People can edit anything these days. Y'all really believe Jasmine over Spice? Come on." But fans weren't buying it. Some even started accusing Rashida of covering up because she didn't want her own past with Kirk dragged back into the spotlight. If Spice goes down, Rashida goes with her. One Twitter thread speculated, and then came the real betrayal. Carly Red. Just hours after the recording went viral, Carly reposted the audio on her story with the caption, "I told y'all, the truth always comes out." That one move cemented what fans had suspected. Carly had officially switched sides to Jasmine's camp. The internet went wild. Carly, always the snake. She'll sell anyone out for relevance. This reunion bout to be insane. Spice, still silent, watched as her empire began to crack. Her silence now felt less like strategy and more like weakness. Fans who had defended her for years were starting to question everything. If the audio fake, why she ain't say nothing? One fan wrote, TikTok stitches mocked Spice with captions, like when you threaten to snatch someone up and get caught in 4K. Yandy couldn't resist sliding in either. She posted a picture at a radio interview, sipping tea from a mug captioned, Some women expose themselves. Just let them talk. The shade was obvious, and fans piled into her comments, Sis, just admit you're loving this. Meanwhile, Kirk got dragged even deeper into the mess. Another blog resurfaced a years-old clip of Jasmine claiming Kirk once promised her a family outside Rashida. The timing couldn't have been worse, combined with the narrative that Spice attacked Jasmine to defend Rashida. Fans began spinning conspiracies that Spice had become Rashida's attack dog against any woman tied to Kirk's past. This whole fight was about Kirk. 1. Viral tweet read, Jasmine been the thorn in their side and Spice took her out. Jasmine, basking in the chaos, doubled down with another IG post. A blurry photo of herself standing outside a courthouse with the caption, Sometimes justice is louder than fists. The implication was obvious. She was either filing charges against Spice or bluffing to keep the tension hot. Either way, it sent fans spiraling. Would Spice really face legal fallout over this fight? Would VH1 cut ties with her if things got too messy? Behind the scenes, whispers began swirling that producers were scrambling. According to one alleged insider leak, the network was panicking about liability but also secretly thrilled with the publicity. This is ratings gold, the insider said. But if Jasmine really takes it legal, we're screwed. We're praying Spice responds on camera so we can spin this as storyline, and then boom, another betrayal. A fan account dropped screenshots showing that Carly and Jasmine had been DMing weeks before the concert, apparently plotting a shakeup. One message allegedly from Carly read, We need something. Big this season, sis, I got you. Fans lost their minds. Was the fight real, or had Jasmine and Carly set Spice up to self-destruct? By now, the cast dynamic was shattered. Rashida and Spice versus Jasmine and Carly, Yandy playing neutral boot shady. Commentator, and Kirk, caught in the middle as the ghost of Jasmine's past with him, kept resurfacing. The entire show had turned into a battlefield where loyalty meant nothing and betrayal was the only currency. The cliffhanger. Spice finally broke her silence, but not in the way fans expected. In the middle of the night, she posted a single black screen on Instagram with the words, See you at the reunion. No explanation, no defense. Just a promise that whatever came next would be bigger, louder, and messier than anyone could imagine. And just like that, the stage was set for the most explosive reunion in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta history. The stage was set for what would go down as the most chaotic reunion taping in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta history. For weeks, fans had been speculating, gossip blogs had been digging, and the cast had been throwing shade online, but nothing could prepare anyone for the moment Spice, Jasmine, Rashida, Carly, Yandy, and the rest of the crew sat down under. The hot lights with Mona Scott Young moderating. From the moment Spice walked out in a glittering blue bodysuit with her signature crown of curls, the energy was tense. Fans in the studio audience screamed her name, drowning out the boos from Jasmine's small but vocal supporters. Jasmine strutted out next, rocking a red dress with a thigh-high slit, her confidence radiating despite the online backlash. Sitting directly across from Spice, the tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Mona wasted no time. Spice, Jasmine, the entire world has seen the footage. What went down that night? Before Spice could even speak, Jasmine jumped. In what went down is what everybody already knows. Spice felt threatened, so she tried to take me out. But baby, I'm still here looking better than ever. The crowd gasped. Spice finally broke her silence, her Jamaican accent cutting through the room like a blade. Threatened. Don't flatter yourself. You've been living off my name for years. I told you, keep my name out your mouth, and you didn't. So I handled it. The audience erupted, half cheering, half booing. Mona tried to calm things down, but Jasmine wasn't letting go. Handled it. Girl, you jumped me at your own concert like a coward. And let's not forget, I got the recording. You planned it. The mention of Exhibit B sent the room into frenzy. Spice leaned forward, her eyes locked on Jasmine. Anybody can fake a recording. Anybody can edit screenshots. But what you can't fake is the fact that you've been obsessed with Kirk and Rashida for years. That's the real truth. Gasps filled the air as Rashida's name got dragged into the fire again. Rashida, sitting a few chairs down, tried to stay composed but eventually snapped. I'm so sick of this. Jasmine, you've been trying to tear down my marriage for years. And Spice, don't drag me into this. I ain't your bodyguard. Kirk sat in the audience looking uncomfortable, wiping sweat off his forehead as the camera zoomed in on his nervous expression. Then came the betrayal everyone had been waiting for. Carly read. Mona turned to her. Carly, you reposted the receipts. You were seen out with Jasmine where? Do you stand in all this? Carly smirked, flipping her hair. I stand where the truth stands. And the truth is, Spice is fake. She pretends to be everybody's friend. But behind closed doors, she's tearing us down. Jasmine just had the guts to expose her. The audience screamed in disbelief. Spice shot up from her chair, pointing directly at Carly. Ja snake, Ja, been jealous since day one. Don't forget who put Ja on flights, who helped Ja in Jamaica, who had Ja back when nobody else did. Security rushed in, but it was... Two, Lightspice lunged toward Carly, the stage exploding into chaos. Mona screamed over the noise. Sit down! Sit down! The crowd was on their feet, phones in the air, capturing every second. Yandi, trying to play peacemaker, stood up and shouted, This is what I was talking about. Violence ain't the answer. All of y'all are making fools of yourselves. But fans weren't buying her neutral stance. Booing erupted with chants of pick a side, echoing through the set, and just when it looked like things might settle, Jasmine dropped her final bombshell. She pulled out her phone and held it up to the mic. Y'all think I'm lying? Play this. She hit play on the infamous recording, Spice's alleged voice threatening to snatch her up. The sound echoed through the studio and the room exploded in chaos. Spice laughed loud and cold. That's what you came with? A fake AI recording? Yeah, desperate. She turned to Mona. Check the metadata, Mona. That nah, real. But Mona, sensing ratings gold, just smirked. We'll let the audience decide. The audience screamed, clapped, booed. It was pandemonium. Fights nearly broke out in the stands between Team Spice and Team Jasmine fans. Security had to escort several people out of the building. And then came the cliffhanger to end all cliffhangers. As the taping wrapped, Mona teased, What you don't know is, someone else brought their OWN receipts tonight. And trust me, these receipts will change everything. The cameras cut to black as a mysterious manila envelope was placed on Mona's lap table, leaving the cast and the audience staring in shock. Who brought it? What's inside? And which cast member is about to be exposed next? And there you have it. Y'all, what started as a wild concert night turned into the most explosive love and hip-hop Atlanta feud in years. Spice leaping off the stage, Jasmine dropping receipts. Rashida caught in the crossfire, Carly betraying everybody. And Yandi trying to play referee was chaos from start to finish. And now, with that mysterious manila envelope revealed, at the reunion, the game has officially changed. But the real questions remain. Was Jasmine's recording legit or fake? Did Spice really plan the attack? Or was it all just heat of the moment drama? Why did Carly side with Jasmine after years of writing for Spice? And most importantly, what's inside that envelope that had Mona and the entire audience gasping? Could it be proof that flips the story on its head, or a secret that drags another cast member straight into the fire? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. You Team Spice or Team Jasmine? Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell. Because trust me, the next update is about to take this feud to a whole new level. A reunion wasn't the end of the drama. It was just the beginning of a new war.